Hey, good day, family. This is your boy, Robert Bob TV Brown, the host of the Bobby Brown Show. And I'm just sitting here contemplating and thinking about uh, history and how in history, before the foundation of America, people were persecuted, people were rejected, exiled, even murdered, sometimes to the stake, publicly flogged, burnt alive, thrown in volcanoes, you name it. All because of the things that they said with their mouth, all because of the way they think, especially when it was contrary to what was the established thinking in that particular region, that particular land. This is how we've always thought, this is how our forefathers thought, whether it was just religion or just the law of the land, whatever. If you went against that, you got tortured, you got persecuted, you got shamed, you got tortured, you got flamed, you name it. You name it. I remember Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King, but he went through the same thing. He mentioned reparation and they killed him. Reparation was a non-starter for America back in that paying black people what we owe them, what we said we were going to give them, actually paying them. This Negro is asking for that. We got to get rid of him. Different thinking, different thought cost his life. Martin Luther, he got a revelation that the just shall live by faith, a contrary thought to what was taught in religion at that time, especially in Catholicism or in Orthodox traditional religion, and it sparked the Reformation Church, but it cost him his life. They called that misinformation. Instead of these things have been going on forever. And America was established to be something different. That we were going to allow you the freedom of expression. We're going to allow you the freedom of speech. We're going to allow you the freedom of religion. We're going to allow you the freedom of thought. We're not going to try to control you. How you think is how you think. It's not how I think. I'm not going to impose my thinking on you. You don't impose your thinking on me. You can share it with me. You can talk about it. I either reject it or I receive it, and vice versa. I never went through the time where I tried to hurt you or stop you or shame you or try to put you out of business because of what you thought or what you say. It's none of my business. That's you. Ain't got nothing to do with me. America was founded on that. And boy, it look like we going way, way backwards now when it come to this. You can't even put a link up. A link that most of the people criticize and never watched. You can't put a link up to nothing. you know, and you can't do nothing. And see, here's where I am, dude. You can put a link up. That ain't gonna bother me. You can put a link up about what happened to black people and people rejoicing. I'm not gonna be mad at you over that. I'm not gonna shame you and call you out for that. That's your dumb belief. It's not mine. You want to be stupid to believe that stuff? Then that's you. I'm not going to try to deplatform you. I remember there was a time when Phil Donahue and a lot of talk show hosts allowed different thoughts on their platform. I remember Phil Donahue had Louis Farrakhan, a different thought. Had various Jews come on stage, had various Christians come on stage, had the Ku Klux Klan. I remember Geraldo had the Klan, got his nose busted open for it. I remember they always had platforms, and we tuned in. And either we received it or we reject it. We receive them or we reject them. That's how simple it was. Boy, have we changed. My, have we changed. We have gone from strong, powerful, dominant, where we taught sticks and stones may break my bone, but words will never hurt me. We went from that to words will break my bones. Forget about the sticks and stones. Words will break my bones. We have become so mammy pammy, so wimpy, so soft and tender puppy dog, mammy pamby weaklings in this country. We don't know how to take an insult. A man could come and call me the N word. I could just laugh at him. I could say your mama, your grandma. I could come back. He could say the N word. I'm not gonna go out here and end up going to jail for them, and I'm not gonna go out there and try to have that man's job taken away from him. He will get found out on his own, because God will make sure when you do ugly by good people, ugly things will happen because you did those ugly things to good people. Leave people alone. This country was founded on freedom of choice, freedom of expression, freedom of press, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. That's what we were founded on. And to start saying we need to deplatform them, to start saying we need to shut them up, to stop saying they need to be kicked off this and kicked off to that. Phil Donahue ain't never did that. You know why? Because he knew America was matured enough to either to hear how people think and either reject it or receive it. And most people, when they saw that stuff, especially when it was foolishness, it got rejected. The public rejected it. They didn't go through all this stuff we're going through. America, you have no gonads, you have no balls, you have no ovaries, America, whether you lady of America or male America, in between. Whatever you had, you lost it. And how did you lost it? Because this new generation of people, and I think it started with Trump. I think it started with Trump. I don't remember this misinformation bullcrap stuff coming out before the 2016 election. But the 2016 election has people so fried in the brain that they're in fear. And all of this is fear. You're not people with courage. People with courage will say, man, go ahead with that stuff. People fear, so, oh God, we got to deplatform him. We got to shut him. He's spreading misinformation. How do you know? Have you heard the entire story? Watching Kanye West dressing up in black and cosplay, looking like an idiot, thinking he's Deadpool. I call him Dead Fool, brain dead fool. The dude is clearly off his meds, and he's about to have a breakdown, and people want to capitalize off him about to have a breakdown with all this foolish talk coming out of his mouth. But I'm not going to be mad at Kanye and his belligerent mouth. But he got a lot of followers. Whoop de freaking do. If those followers don't know how to read behind that, that's something wrong with them. You can't change them. Just like people can't change you. Only you can change you. You can't change them. That's an age-old lesson. Focus on changing you before you change somebody else. Because you can't change nobody else. Change only happens when people decide to change. Change only happens when people decide to change. And you can't decide to change people and all of a sudden they want to change. Sitting up here listening to him acting like a dang on fool, but I realize the man is sick. He's literally on a break for a nervous breakdown for so much things that's happened to him. He's going out hanging out with these bigots, this racists, and then he trying to come over on the black side. He's trying to double dip. Black people ain't having that. White people are having that because it's Kanye and they can capitalize and make money off him. Yeah, you sitting in the chair, you're calling them all kind of names. I could call him all kind of names too. I could call him a man from the land of Cancun a lot. Because he Cancun a lot. But also was married to two women that was bipolar. The first one told me my second wife was bipolar. And I got educated on it. I realized what it is. Various mood swings, superior one moment, depressed one moment, about to have a fit one moment, paranoid one moment. It's just so many mood swings, and you clearly see that with Kanye or Ye. You're gibberish. You're talking all kind of foolishness and psychotic stuff. You have psychopathic episodes and all that if you don't get the treatment that you deserve. The man is sick. And somebody need to do an intervention. Something terrible happened. That's why he shouldn't run for president. And of course, Trump would love for him to run for president against him because Trump needs somebody to siphon